Hey guys, it's Spaces Sins, and we are back with more Charade Mania, continuing Dazai's route. So, anyway, right, we just had that lovely little. Oh yeah, Haiji just happened to know what the passcode was. Shady motherfucker. Anyway, how do I tell everyone about this? I copied the script data for the drama already, so I'll send it all to your pangle. You can tell everyone about how you came in here. But maybe hold off on Arcadia's details until I can find a sure way to call for help. Think it'll just create more confusion. Oh dear God. Doing that. I don't know why. Oh, I guess you're right. I personally didn't know how to talk about it. In that case, it'd be better that I keep quiet. I walked with weighted steps as I felt confused. And I suddenly remembered something. Oh, the lunchbox. I left it there, but I hope you three will eat it. Lunchbox? Yeah, I'm sorry for leaving you out of the loop last time, Haiji, but it's something that I had promised Akase. About going to the school? I don't mind. Deal was that I didn't interfere in the first place. Oh, okay. As long as you don't mind. I wondered who he made that promise with as I waved at him. Well, I'll come again. See you later. Yobu and Haiji saw me off as I returned to the meadows. Aw. Deal was I don't interfere, and it's Dazai's route. That's... Anyway. I took a few more deep breaths, but my pounding heart refused to calm down. After finishing dinner, all of us gathered together to distribute the drama script data that I got from Gyobu. It had the scripts of all the past episodes as well as the dramas that we'd participated in the near future. This is quite the valuable resource. We weren't able to confirm the drama's script until just now. If we know the developments of the story, then we can tell which drama will be higher in risk. I see. So that's how that story goes. It's going to be much more serious than I thought. Because there was a lot of data, we only checked our own dramas. At first, everyone seemed interested in it, but after a while, everyone's expressions started to change. So, suspense and mystery dramas have more than their fair share of risky scenes. A simple murder is the easiest one. What do you do about chopping up the corpse? Corpses are going to be us cast members. You can't let your guard down for romance either. It's a bit harsh to make Sena do this. We can go just easy enough that we won't be hit with the punishment game. Wouldn't that be a viable option? Recently, there have been times when we've gotten negative points. What if you go too far into the negative by going easy on the drama, on the acting? Yeah, even if it won't turn into a punishment game, it's all the same if we don't get points. And we still don't have enough points to get home. That's why we should quit pretending to be friends here and just go and find out who the producer is. We still don't have a clue who the producer is, or have you found out who the producer might be? Well, punishment game will make it instantly harder to continue the dramas. It's a given, but we should try to avoid that as much as possible. Chigasaki, I think you should reenact that drama so you can move your leg again in the future. If you don't mind, that is. No, won't do that. Sorry for being a drag, but I don't have as many points as you. If those things keep stacking up and lead to your dead end, hope you don't regret it. The atmosphere in the room was heavy. Everyone spoke up about their opinions, but no suggestion improved the situation. We read the scripts for our dramas, but the outlook was still looking grim. So, Sena, where did you say that you got this data from? It's deep in the meadows where those three are quarantined at. There's this room resembling a control room. I explained the room in detail. As Gyobu said, I kept quiet about the location of Arcadia and the network. Gyobu found it and took me there. Then Haiji arrived and unlocked it. Haiji unlocked it? How? I like how it's like, dunce! Like the music just abruptly fucking record scratch. Yeah, see, Akase's like, what the fuck? For some reason, he knew the passcode. I asked him why he knew, and he just gave me an ambiguous answer. But I'm sure it's just because he's an innocent 12-year-old. That's what she's thinking. It's like, fucking girl, think with your brain cells. What? Yobo was surprised too, so then we both talked to him, but he just seemed like he didn't understand. When I hear you talk about it like that, we can narrow down the producer candidate. The atmosphere changed. The tension I was feeling filled the entire living room. Yeah, I mean, Tomosa's like, I think that makes him really motherfucking sus. Right? Producer candidate? You want to say it's Haiji? Oh, if Futami tries to argue against it, then that's even more sus. Haiji is suspicious, but would the producer unlock it himself and make it so obvious? Yeah. Absolutely, because... Yeah.
And that's the weird part. I don't get his intent. I'm more surprised about Gyobu.
I think we can remove Gyobu as a candidate. Yeah, if Gyobu would take Sana to that place, I highly doubt he's the producer. Yeah, which leaves Dazai or Haiji, which is where we are, because we don't know, but... Dude, if it's Dazai, I'd be shocked. Everybody became quiet, making it more suffocating. It would explain things about, like... It could explain away a lot of things. Like, he came here, obviously. He was in the... He had got a punishment game. He lost his eye. He stayed here. Everybody forgot him. But it's kind of like, why when he... Well, he volunteered to stay when we were in love with Gyobu, but that doesn't... It doesn't mean he's the producer, but it also doesn't clear him fully. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I'm prone to believe him because I love him. So, like, if he's the producer, like, alright, whatever. Like, Chikasaki being a sponsor. Okay, sure, fine, whatevs. Still like you. Doesn't change my mind. But I'm still really sus of Hygiene. I'm sorry, but, like, he's such a lying little piece of shit. So, like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I don't want to think about it. My heart jumped. There haven't been any major shifts to be sure, and I can't really declare anything at this point. Right. And there's also the chance that Gyobu and Haiji are in on it together and acting.
This will affect our future direction. Without a doubt, this information is important. Sena.
Yes?
You've been going around behind our backs for a while, haven't you? You make up excuses to get past our lookouts.
I'm sorry.
With this information as a result of that, so I won't blame you for it. I've done the same a few times. Although I don't know how the others feel.
Yochi's like, I'll forgive you because I love you. Thanks, Yochi. I'm gonna forgive Dazai if he's the producer because I love him, so. And I forgive Ibana for being a bit of a dick because, I mean, understandable. The boy's got trauma. But also, you know, we love him, so it's okay. IG, I'm never going to forgive for whatever because I hate him. You know what it is? It's just, I don't like the baby-faced ones. And then you're pretending also to be 12. You know what? No, it's icky. I don't like it. So I don't like you. Although, genius plan. Like, evil genius, I'll give you that. But still don't like you. And Futami seemed fine, but like, I think after doing his route, I'm like, I mean, I don't hate Futami, but I also don't really... He's just there. You know? He's just there. You're like, yeah, I feel like they just could have done more with you. Like, if the psycho didn't come out of nowhere on me. Like, if Gyobu was the one pulling all that shit in Futami's route, like, if that, you'd be like, yeah, no, I kind of suspected you would stab me. Kind of suspected you were a psycho. Yeah, I mean... Well, like, Futami kind of came out of nowhere, and it's like, I don't know. I don't know. You know? I mean, to be fair, we've played other games where, like... I wouldn't even say the psycho came out of nowhere. You opened your eyes and it was like, oh, something's going down. Something is wrong. And then you tried to stab me. You know what I'm talking about. So, like, you know, you got a little, you go, oh, something's happening here. Why did you open your eyes? Your eyes are always closed. What's the deal? Like, so it was slightly sus. Like, Fujami literally came out of fucking nowhere. So, like, I don't know. Anyway. If Santa didn't act, then everything would still be at a standstill. Well, that would be my fault. You don't think it's your fault, Akase. The producer's just as desperate not to be exposed. Saint always acts out of goodwill. There's not much I can say about that.
And then how about she officially becomes our spy?
Spy? That's a rather grandiose way to say it.
I mean, isn't it the same thing? She's leaking information to us, so I'm sure you had the intention to begin with.
Everyone looked at me. I suddenly wanted to cry. You're like, I just want to visit Dazai and figure out why I forgot something and what it is I forgot, and I just want to spend time with him because I kind of like him, and now you want me to be a spy? Oh. Literally me. Yeah, if we know who the producer is, I thought that maybe we wouldn't fight amongst each other.
And that's an admirable goal to have. And thanks to that, we now have a path.
It's true we can try to shake those three down to possibly get information on the producer. But from what we just heard, it's probably just two. But I don't want to let her do anything dangerous.
If it's danger you're worried about, it would have happened a long time ago. Was there any danger until now, Sena?
No, not even once.
The safety of the cast members is guaranteed, so I don't think the producer would directly cause harm to you. I know for a fact.
I guess so. Huh. In the end, we're forced to look for the producer. Well, Abana, you did that once before. But you know what's funny? If we didn't find the custody list and we don't have the videos like we did in, Yobu's route, right? We don't know that they ever found the producer. Because we know that from watching that video. But I'm wondering if Gilbu and Abana remember that they found the producer. Because that makes it shady too. Obviously they had to, because they all got home. So they're like, how'd you all get home? I don't remember. Nobody asked them that question. They're like, oh, we named the producer, but then we all forgot. But then they also forgot Dazai, so that makes Dazai look sus. To be fair, I'm just going to throw this out there. Like, I don't think that they should have made Dazai the producer just because. The whole thing with like, oh yeah, we found the producer. Oh, where there was 10 people, not 9. Wait, we forgot someone, and then you know it's Dazai that everybody forgot? That makes him look really suspicious, and then if it's like, it turns out he's the producer, it's like, oh. Well, okay, you kind of handle, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like the lead-in that Haiji's the producer has been a little more, oh, you know. Then like Dazai, like, oh yeah, everyone forgot him. Oh, okay, obvious, you know? You like the little sneaky things better. I don't know. I don't know if it's just because I want to be right about more than one damn thing in this fucking game. Like, you know what I mean? Just to make me feel better about myself. I don't know. Or if it's literally like, I just think it would play out better. But anyway. Do you think it's really impossible to save enough points to go back?
You can continue trying. If you want, that is.
We've done this like so many times before. I can't even count. 7 times before? 8? 5, 6? There's 9 love interests? Are there? So we've done this 7 times before? We've gotten enough points to go back 7 times before, so. We concluded the tasks. Well, okay, not really, because I thought in some moment in Iochi's it was the Information Bureau came in and busted everything down. But like roughly, okay? We concluded the tasks, and I was tasked with the task of tasking those 3 tasking regular task to task information to task. Anyway, I was tasked with visiting those 3 regularly to get information to determine the producer. Dude. Everyone would maintain the same attitude. On the surface, they forbid me from going. However, I'd pretend to sneak around to continue going to meet them behind everyone else's backs. It was about finding the traitor. Yeah, Haiji. My heart was pounding all night. It was summer, but I was cold and shaking. Oh my god, what is happening? Why does my guide keep, like, popping up this little box? Would I be laughed at if I said that I finally felt that being brought here seemed real? We reached a point of no return. We have to find the producer, or someone might get to a dead end. We don't have a choice here. I tried convincing myself of that, but I still wanted to run away. It wasn't how I'd envisioned things being. If only we could find the producer. We won't have to suspect other people. I thought we wouldn't need to have to suffer anymore. But I put a lid on those bitter emotions. We still didn't know the truth behind anything. I don't think we've made a single fucking choice in Dazai's route, have we? I'm gonna go with no, because my guide's not scrolled up, so I'm guessing that's a no. Huh. We still didn't know the truth behind anything. I thought I'd heard a voice and woke up from my shallow sleep. It was still dark outside the window. My tired body told me it was still the dead of night. I got dressed, went out to the hallway, and touched my bangle. There was no response. Huh? Watcher was still on the shelf, immobile and non-functional. Okay, this seems interesting. I frowned a little while turning the doorknob. It had switched to a manual lock, so I unlocked it and went out to the hallway. Okay, this is, like, kind of sus. Oh, sorry, Sina. Did I wake you? Akase, Futami, and Tomose had gathered in the hallway to talk. They all looked serious. Oh, is the system down or something? It seems like it. There was no maintenance notification. Yeah, that's a surprise. Scenery hasn't changed at all, so it looks like only the bangle and watchers don't work. That sounds like something that's like Gyobu do. You know what I mean? Like, just well, I mean, not to say he's the only one with the ability, because like the producer could have done it, but huh. Well, that doesn't really affect us. It's night, and hopefully it'll be back up by morning. We don't know when it'll be back up, though. Well, I think we can at least wait until morning. I don't know what we could do for now. Cena, just go back to sleep if there's nothing to do. Not back by morning, we can brainstorm some ideas then. I agree. For now, it's not affecting us. Right. It might sound carefree, but let's wait until morning. Before I could say anything, everyone left. I saw them return to their rooms as I tried to gather my breath. I don't think I can go back to sleep. I wasn't getting good enough sleep to begin with. I was thinking of things that gave me a headache. I wandered down to the dark living room, still thinking about what I should do. Go and see Dazai! Why did the system go down suddenly? Someone's fucking around in that room. And why this timing? I thought about the control room that I went to today. That place manages the systems. I heard the front door ring in the darkness. The front door ring? It sounded like someone knocked, and I don't think the door can ring. Neither can the doorbell might, but anyway. And it made me jump up in surprise. I then heard a knock and someone calling out. I don't know who's saying, "Hey, anyone there?" Is that Gyobu? Okay, I look. It could have been any one of the three. I unlocked the door and opened it and saw Gyobu there as expected. The moonlight shone behind him as he smiled. There's more Gyobu in this route than Dazai. Nice timing. I was hoping you'd answer the door. Gyobu, why? I'll tell you the details along the way. We don't have time. Seeing that I had no choice, I followed after Gyobu. My heartbeat was so loud that it caused a headache. You can't even text anyone and tell them where you're going. This is where we get stabbed. Maybe not. I shut down the system in the control room. I watched Haiji earlier and memorized the passcode. But the scenery hasn't changed. I left the image projection untouched. We wouldn't know where anything is without it. But I shut off all other functions. I mean, I feel like, yeah, okay. I mean, it could have been Haiji doing it, but it seemed like a Kyobu thing, so okay. Kyobu explained that to me as we moved. There was something I always wanted to know. Maybe that particular lock will be turned off if the system is shut down. We're going there right now. I want you to be my witness. Witness? It was the same as during the day, but why me? Because they all trust you the most. Even if I say something, they won't believe me. I can't take photos because the system is shut down. That's why I want you to witness what'll happen following what we did during the daytime. Sure, but what are we doing? That's what I'm about to find out. We have to hurry before the system comes back on. Yobu took me to a shop. Here? You'll know when you go inside. Yobu fiddled with the door. I thought it'd maybe be locked, but the door opened easily. Huh? I stuffed the keyhole during the day. The employees here are diligent after all. They always lock the doors before leaving at night. But they're not very smart. If you mess with the lock like this, it happens. You were here during the day too? But how? I have a friend on your side. I had them give me a hand with this. Ibana? Although I'd seen this shop in passing, I'd never gone inside. It was dark and hard to see, but I thought I could see various small antique items. Normally I'd enjoy looking at this, but now is not the time for that. What am I supposed to see inside here? Take a look at that glass case. It should look familiar. I looked at where Kyobu pointed and jumped, and that was what reminded me. This wasn't the first time I saw this shocking sight. Right, okay. This is what Tomose was talking about. Yes, Tomose actually went and took a photo of it and reported it to us. It's the replica of Kei's arm. During the talks of quarantining the three of them, this replica was brought up. It seemed to be the deciding factor, proving that Abana was a previous cast member. The functions that were taken from previous cast members are displayed here as replicas. And that's what we heard, right? Yeah, Abana had lost the use of his arm, so the replica of his arm is here. Yes, this is where they store things that are taken away during the punishment games. And this isn't the only thing stored here. That's not it. There's something stored here by the privilege of the producer. There were some curtains deep in the store. Opening them revealed a tough-looking box. Wouldn't Shigasaki's leg be here too? Or, oh no, Ibana said that's what they used to do. They stopped doing it after his. So, like, ours, they don't do that. I think that's what they said, so. It was obviously locked. Is it Dazai's eye? I mean, we never found it all the other times, and like, uh-oh. That doesn't make it look good for him. What is that? It was made obvious because it had the mark of the Otherworld stream on it. I asked the employee here if there was anything special being stored. Special? So I went for a look. The employee didn't stop me either, and then I found this, but couldn't open it. The employee said that only the producer could open it up. Hear that? Doesn't it make you want to open it? But if only the producer can open it, and then it's Dazai's eye, doesn't that make it sound like Dazai's the producer? But why, if he was, would he put his eye in a hidden case instead of, like, out with Ibana's arm? Also, if he was the producer, why would he have taken a punishment game? I mean, he jumped in and took a punishment game for Gyobu, but why would you do that? I mean, I guess, to be fair, yeah, it could be, I took a punishment game, so I'm obviously not the producer. It's a way to, like, you know, so people don't look at you. You know, the same way Haiji's pretending to be 12, so everyone does, he's just a stupid kid. Not, he's a lying sack of shit. I still think it's Haiji, but we're setting Dazai up pretty hard here. Well, yeah. That's how it went. The problem is if that lock is actually connected to the system itself. He started fiddling with the box like a thief, and whether or not that was the cause of it, the box rang. Afterwards, a slight gap opened. Yobu quickly closed it again. Uh-huh. Opened. Okay, one last guess. Sure. What do you think's in this box that supposedly only the producer can open? I don't know. I'm afraid it's Dazai's eye, because it's Dazai's route. That's not an answer. Give me something. It's too late if I open it, so try to think while you're still calm. Can't be calm. There's no way I can think in this situation. You still have to think. That's why it shows and brought you here. Think with me and then we'll verify it. The box only the producer can open. Something important to the producer. Yeah, I think so. But why here? That's certainly interesting. Storage location? Storage location for what was taken in punishments. See? Oh, I don't like this. Yes, that's what it is. It's stored in a special place. A special thing from a special punishment game. Huh? Then the producer took the punishment game? But why? I don't know about that, but it could be the opposite. Maybe the producer got that position because he took the punishment game. But that means... Let's find the answer. Here goes. It's gonna be Dazai's fucking eye, and that does not bode well, and I am... Yobu then slowly opened the box. Yeah, it's Dazai's eye. I felt like I could pass out. Oh, good God. This is, Again, I don't know. I mean, I could see if you were the producer, if Dazai's the producer, that he would take the punishment game because then people would be like, oh, he took the punishment game. He's obviously not the producer. Like, why would you take the punishment game as a producer, right? Kind of like Haiji. He's not doing well. He's just kind of muddling along, pretending to be 12. You know what I mean? Sus as fuck. You know? But but I would feel like if my eye was taken, I wouldn't put it in a special case because that makes it really sus. It should be on display like Ibana's arm, and then they'd see it and you'd be like, yeah, you know, I was here before and I took the punishment game and you're trying to hide it. But unless the producer as some kind of blackmail, you know what I mean? Like something over you where they're like, "Oh, I put your eye in this thing, so like if people find it, they're going to think it's you because like why would I lock up your eye and nobody else's body parts?" Like they're, you know what I mean? Like he's the producer's got something on you or something. Like they're to make Dazai look more suspicious, but listen, a lot of evidence is pointed to Dazai, but I'm still like, nope, sweep it under the rug. I don't believe it. I think they're trying to make me suspicious. It's working. I'm feeling a little suspicious, but I still believe in Dazai more than I do Haiji. If I'm going on, I'm like, nah, Haiji's still way more sus, so, you know. But a silence overcame us for a long while. After a long pause, I swallowed, then heard a gasp. This is just like Abana's replica. This also had a name written on it. Dazai. A replica of an eyeball. The beautiful white orb looked artificial. If it's a decoration, it has to be this beautiful. That must have been the mentality. It's beautiful, but I wish I didn't see this. My voice started to shake. Yobo, did you know that this would be here? If I did. Yobo answered me with a voice as shaky as mine. I wouldn't have brought you with me. I kept quiet, not knowing the reason for that. I was confused, because Gyobu thinks that this is the key to finding out who the producer is, and now he knows that, like, Dazai and I kind of lurve each other, and he's like, I wouldn't have brought you because... Shit. Why would Dazai's eyeball be here? If Dazai had taken a punishment game in the past, when was that? And why? Why would this be hidden here by the producer's privilege? Yeah, see, that's the question. And the answer they want you to come to is, well, because he's the producer, so obviously. But I feel like that's too obvious. So I'm going to be like, there's something else going on here. But if there's only one here, it's just one of his eyes? Probably. Dazai never said he couldn't see out of one eye because he took the punishment game. Yeah. When did he take that? Dazai wasn't in any of the past episodes. Ibana said he wasn't a previous cast member. Yeah. But maybe he just didn't talk about it. Dazai never denied it even once. He never denied being the producer or previous cast member. Yobu closed the box and turned his back to it. I'm going back to the control room. Either I'll come across the producer or the system will come back up before then. Either way, now that I've confirmed this, there's no point in being here. You should go back. I felt nervous as I asked him, what do I do with this? Do with what? About this. How am I supposed to tell everyone about it? I didn't know what to think of it, so I asked him just like I did in the morning, but Gyobu just responded curtly with a frown. Do what you want. The echo of his voice made him realize what he'd said, so he added one more thing. But think about it carefully before you decide. You know what'll happen if you talk about it. Everyone's gonna automatically suss out Dazai. Yeah. You may say that, but I can't keep quiet about this. And then just talk about it however you want. Do as you wish. But as for you... After a moment of hesitation, Gyobu looked me in the eyes and said this. You like him, don't you? He's like, you like him, right? So if you tell everyone, they're gonna automatically peg him as the producer. I stood in front of the store and drew a blank. Above my head were the 2 moons. My bangle remained silent, showing that the system was still shut down. I didn't have to say it like that right now. That didn't need to be confirmed. If I think more about it, I'll be unable to think. It's not that. I had to verify it. Was I really the producer? I don't think so. Yobu seemed to be completely sure of it. That's why he was so agitated. But as for me, I still wasn't convinced. I'm still not convinced either. Was it because I had special feelings for Dazai? Absolutely, in my case, yeah. Okay. Is it because I have feelings for Dazai? Yes. Is it also because Haiji is way more sus? Yeah, also yes. But it will give you they make Dazai look really sus right now. So, like, I mean, I can't blame anyone for being like, he's the producer. And if he really is the producer, I can't really blame me for being in denial, because I love Dazai, and Haiji is way more fucking sus. So, like, the fuck? You know? I felt like it couldn't have been that. It is. Verifying that required me to... Talk to him? I had to choose. Which way would I go? Are we gonna enjoy... Oh, okay. Obviously we're going to the warehouse, right? The lodging is home. The warehouse is Dazai, I would assume. Hold on. My guy closed down. Oh, yeah, go to the warehouse. Oh, that's true. We also have a bad end. Okay, well. I'm assuming he'll tell me when I need to save, I guess. I should go to the warehouse. I'll go to the warehouse and keep going. I need to meet with Dazai. Woo! Hell yeah! He was the one who asked me to remember. He said it so many times in earnest. But, like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. There has to be something there. There's something that I don't know about. You're like, just tell me what I don't remember. Under normal circumstances, Dazai and Haiji would be sleeping here. It appears like no one's here. Yobu should have gone to the control room, but then where are the other 2? Sina? You know it's Dazai because of the big sis. That is you. What brings you here this late at night? Were you here the whole time? Yeah. I just woke up earlier, but I didn't see Gyobu or Haiji around. So I was walking around looking for him. We know where Gyobu was, but where the fuck is Haiji all the time? Haiji's off doing something. He had something to do. What? Are you telling me that that's less suspicious than Dazai? I'm just saying. However, I couldn't find him, so I came back. And they aren't kids, so there's likely no need to worry. Oh. What about you? That must be serious if you're here at this hour. Yeah, Dazai... Did you notice that the system is down? Huh? You're right. Now that you mention it, the bangle doesn't work. And the bouncer isn't moving. Yeah. Does that what got you worried? You didn't have to come all the way to see me. You could have just told Bonjo about it. And then again, it might just be my misunderstanding to assume you came to see me. He's like, oh, you don't have to come check on me. You could have... Oh, wait, were you here to see... Oh, yes, I'm here to see you. No, I did come to see you, Dazai. Oh, well, good, I guess. Should I be happy you came here to see me? It's okay. Well, there's nothing to be afraid of. And in times like this, you're still so kind to me. What's wrong? Did something bad happen? Something bad? There was something really bad. I went to the shop where the replica of Abana's arm was showcased. What shop? There's a shop that has replicas of functions that they took from punishment games. I was there with Gyobu. Okay. And there was a lockbox there. It's a box that can't be opened unless you're the producer. I go, all of a sudden he's like, boink, eyes looking at you. Oh. But it was unlocked because the system was down. And when we opened the box, I found a replica of your eye, Dazai. Not saying anything. Dazai, have you ever taken a punishment game? Your eyes. Truth, is one of them actually blind? Dazai, it's not fair that you always become silent in the most important times. I want to know the truth. It doesn't have to be everything. Please, talk to me. Dazai, if you tell me to believe in you, I will. But even so... Are you lying about it? Do you not want to lie? Okay, that's interesting. Are you lying about it? Are you lying? I mean, he's not really lying. He's just not giving us all the answers. I'm curious about, do you not want to lie? Because, like, do you not want to lie? Like, if you open your mouth and say something, you have to lie, and you don't want to do that. So I feel like this is a little more intriguing. So I want to go with this, because that's... I just feel like it's a better answer. Like, do you not want to lie? And he was like, yes, I don't want to have to lie to you, but if I open my mouth and say anything, I have to lie. Again, are you being blackmailed by the producer? You know what I mean? Yeah, cool. Perfect. Yes! That's so much more intriguing. Do you not want to lie? Is that why you're always quiet? If you said anything, would it be a lie? Is that why you're staying quiet? Sena, you have a reason to lie, right? Can't do this anymore if that's what's happening. This wasn't how it was supposed to be. I believed in you, Dazai. I don't know what I'm supposed to believe in anymore. This is where you kiss me and then I remember you and then I believe in everything. Just do it. Dazai must have understood the question I asked of him, but he didn't give a response. Oh, this hurts. Don't do this. Dazai, after a long pause, he responded abruptly. My right eye's blind. What you saw is true. Dazai then took a step back. Wait! And he ran into the darkness. He left the building. Oh! He ran away. Don't run away! Dazai! I chased after him, but I didn't know where he went as it was all pitch dark. Hi. Like an abandoned child, I cried out in a faint and bleeding voice. Why would you leave? Why? Dazai, why won't you tell me to believe in you? I tried desperately to hold back the tears, but I was a mess, just like a crying child. This one's like tugging at my heartstrings, man. It's making me feel overly emotional. Like, God damn it, Dazai, why are you doing this? Stop it! Like, I just want to throw a little bit of a hissy fit right now. Like, stop! You're hurting my feelings. This is angsty and I don't like it. I mean, I do like it, but you know what I mean? Like, stop being angsty. I just want to be happy. Why won't you let me be happy with you, Dazai? I returned to my room and looked up at the moon outside the window. Who would have thought that the moon, shimmering in the distance, was exactly where we were? I still don't believe it, but if that's the case, what are we? What are we doing here? I suspected the one person I want to believe in most. I was suspecting him, so that I could believe in him in the end, so I gathered evidence to clear him. I didn't suspect him, so my final conclusion would be to doubt him. In the end, I just wanted to believe in Dazai. This much information gathered, it would all but guarantee that the producer was Dazai. All but guarantee! Right, and I feel like that's sus. There'll be a movement to obtain proof, or perhaps there'll be a declaration that he is the producer. I wish this were a dream. I remembered what Gyobu and Haiji said as I looked up at the moon again, but I feel like Dazai's always kind of been in the background. You know what I mean? He doesn't interject, he's kind of quiet, he does go off on his own and stuff, and like, you know, And okay, there was that time where we suspected maybe, like, oh, is he Iochi's partner? Because Akase seemed like the likely suspect, but Dazai once got like, oh, hey, I got a message, and then he pieced out, and it was like, kind of made you flashback to Iochi talking to someone and then finding out that Iochi was talking to their partner, and you're like, okay. But it was just that one little moment, but that could have been the producer. Like, maybe Dazai knows who the producer is, but he just can't say it for whatever reason, and why the hell he's stuck here, why he keeps being stuck here. You know what I mean? Like, there's something going on. I don't think he's the producer, but I think he knows it's Haiji. And why, like, something happened, and that's why, like, that's why he's like, he got forgotten the last time, and then, like, when we went home this time, we forgot him. And you don't know that. Like, I mean, when we've gotten sent home in every other route, I'm sure Dazai got sent back too in some of them. But in this one, in Gyobu's, he volunteered to stay behind. So you don't really know. Did he go back? Did he? I don't think they specify. All 9 of us, did they? So I don't remember if they ever, like, just left it vague, like, oh, everyone came back, and you're thinking, everyone, and then it's like, oh, actually, except for Dazai, but you don't remember him, so it's cool. Every single time you've forgotten him. You know what I mean? But, like, there's something going on with that, and I don't think it's because he's the producer. Although, again, does make him look sus, don't get me wrong, and I kind of like that. I like that they did that, because you're like, yeah, no, absolutely, it's totally, and then you're like, oh, actually, no. The producer, Haiji, has something on him. I don't know. Anyway, I remember what Gyobu and Haiji said as I looked up at the moon again. I'm gonna wake up and go back to my life. I will be back in my world and meet Dazai again. Then I won't have to be in so much pain. I can finally say that I like him. I wished on the moon that my dream would come true. Is this where you remember that maybe you were already told Dazai you liked him in the real world before you forgot him? Because I feel like that's what was happening. Nope. The sun had come out by morning, and everyone was back to normal. The cause of the system's shutdown was unknown, and we decided to talk about it. Things felt heavy after the issue with the script. But things would instantly change if I told them what I knew. Don't. Things would change for the worse, right? But think about it carefully before you decide. You know what will happen if you talk about it. You may say that, but I can't keep quiet about this. And then just talk about it however you want. Do as you wish. But as for you... After a moment of hesitation, Kyobu looked me in the eye and said this. You like him, don't you? If I talked about this now, would I be betraying Dazai? Yes. Keeping quiet about it would be betrayal of everyone else. You know what? Sometimes you gotta make a choice. I feel like you keep silent for now. Because... I quickly spoke up so I couldn't hesitate any longer. Everyone was talking about the cause of the system shutting down, and they immediately looked at me. Don't do it. It was Kyobu who shut the system down. Oh, okay, that's fine. Tell him that. Most people were surprised. I continued. He said he needed to check on something, so he caused the system shut down using the room he found yesterday. Seriously? He can do that?
Oh, that's quite amazing. I'm sure that's only possible because Haiji unlocked it.
And what was it he wanted to figure out by shutting down the system? Shut up, Futami! Everyone else was on the wrong page. And, then we glossed over that and nobody would have asked, and then I wouldn't have had to tell him. I'd be like, oh, right, I forgot, because you didn't ask. Now you asked, and now I have to lie. Ugh. She's not gonna lie, because she's goody two-shoes. We went to the shop with a replica of Abana's arm. Yobu told me to go with him to witness the facts. Everyone became quiet. I knew they were waiting for me to continue, but I still felt hesitant. God damn it. Told me to... Only I hadn't gone there. And I wouldn't have to suffer like this. I saw a replica of Dazai's eye there. It was locked securely in a way that only the producer could unlock. Huh? Producer privileges. And the shop with the replica of Abana's arm also had a replica of Dazai's eye. Then that means...
And Dazai's taken a punishment game in the past and lost his sight. Is that what this means?
Yes. Wait, but I've never even heard of that until now. He didn't show any signs of that. Maybe we would have noticed if he were cooking or cleaning. He was part of the information gathering team. I've never seen him cook or clean either. And they do say that the movement of both eyes are linked, but you wouldn't really notice unless you purposefully look for it. That's not what's important here. Conversation was interrupted by Abana, but then it resumed immediately.
Alright, what's important here is that the replica of the eye was hidden. So, where was it again?
It's inside this locked box that can only be opened by the producer. Again, I feel like it's just and that's why it's like, do you not want to lie? Because here's the thing, if you're the producer, there's nothing stopping you from lying. You know what I mean? But Dazai doesn't want to lie to you. But he does, it's not the, is it that you don't want to lie to me? It's you don't want to lie. He doesn't want to lie, that's why he's kept his mouth shut. Because he doesn't want to lie, but his only option is to keep his mouth shut or lie. And that's not, the producer would be shady and absolutely line up a motherfucking storm. Again, hi G, liar, liar, pants on fire. Someone call the fire department because that kid has been burning every inch of him the whole fucking time. He's like a fucking inferno, like a dumpster fire, if you will, and not the good kind. You know? Anyway.
And it can be opened when the system's shut down.
Yes. Let's assume for a moment that Dazai has taken a punishment game in the past. Why would he hide that with producer privileges? See, Tomose's right. Like, why would you hide that? That makes you look sus. Instead of just being like, I was here and I lost my eye. But he's also not allowed to tell everyone that he was here before. Actually, when did he take the punishment? Dazai wasn't in any of the past episodes. Right, Yoichi?
I talked about this previously. Dazai knows some information that only a past cast member could know. Akase has interrogated him about it, which has led to his quarantine in the first place.
A previous participant? So he was a past cast member after all. I have to say this again, but Dazai wasn't among the previous cast members. I don't remember Dazai. However, what? There are gaps in my memory. It's hazy in some parts that I can't remember.
And there were 9 cast members in the previous one. Ibana, that's what you said, right?
Yes.
Well, what if the previous stream also had the same 10 cast members, but one of them had been erased from memory? And if that erased person is Dazai, and then this may all make sense, but it makes it sound like...
But remember, Haiji's name and appearance gets stolen every time. Despite the fact that time his name is Haiji. Bullshit. Yeah, that could be possible. But there were 9 of us. We started with 9 and 9 of us returned. That's what I thought. How did you return? You all returned by saving enough points, right? Yeah, I think that's how it was. Oh, see? They erased them remembering they found the producer. Well, shit! That doesn't make him look good. I still don't... Look, listen. The odds are stacking up here, but I'm still like, no, I'm still on IG as the producer. I still don't fully believe it, but like, you're making me question. Like, I'm not like full on pressing X to doubt him over here like, I still think it's Haiji, but like, you are setting up a not very good case against poor Dazai right now. Like, but I still have faith in Dazai, but I am concerned. I am concerned, okay? You think? Even that part of your memory is hazy. Hold on. Right now... Oh, don't go side profile on me, beautiful. Goddamn.
Who's among the 9 of you? Who among the 9 of you saved enough points? And that person's the one who wished for everyone to return, right?
That's... Ivana froze. His gaze was empty as he held his hair with his hand. Oh, not me. Not him. We took the punishment games but still got them back and finally... Wait, no. It was obvious that he was confused. Poor Ibana. This poor thing. Stop hurting him! Not true, then? I realized that there were still so many things that needed clarification. they found the producer, but then it's going to be like, wait, we must have found who the producer was, and if we all forgot Dazai, that makes Dazai the producer. But see, I feel like that's where that Haiji wants you to think that, because like, hey, if they ever get to this point and remembering, because we're bringing back 2 prior participants on top of Dazai, that's 3. Then if they ever realize that they forgot something and then they realize it was you, it's going to make you look sus and not me. He's just a red herring. Ooh! That is way more brilliant than Dazai actually being the producer. I'm just saying. You can't argue. You know what I mean? Because again, if they lead this and then Dazai's the producer, you're like, well, I mean, they led up to it, but it'd be more fun if they lead up. You're like, oh, yeah, it's totally, yeah, right here. Everything's leading up, and then you're like, it's not. You're like, oh, well, shit. They bamboozled you. You know what I mean? It's like, again, I have faith in Dazai. I still think it's Haiji. So I'm not going to be fully bamboozled, but you did concern me for a minute, Gabe. And I'm like, I still believe in Dazai, but I am, like, concerned. And concern is still partial bamboozlement. So, you know, they're still making me question my loyalties. Still loyal to Dazai. But it's one of those, like, is my husband actually in the Mafia and I didn't know the whole time? Really? No, I don't want to believe that. And then they're like, yes, he is. And you're like, oh, okay, well, all right. That's fine then, I guess. You know what I mean? That's the way it's going to be. So, I want to know, and if I can't go back, I want to learn the whole truth. So you didn't go back by accumulating enough points? That means that you pointed out the producer correctly and returned. Huh? But that's... Yeah, what the director said was wrong. But I do think that they would never remember Haiji because he was Tom Jones last time. You know what I mean?
If you're able to find the producer, who is among you, watching, all cast will be freed. And this is a one-time special feature. Lucky you.
This is a one-time special feature. Because it changed from last time, right? Because Abata was like, yeah, they don't display the body parts they take from you anymore. That's why Chikasaki's leg's not in that museum. Okay? And then this, it's a one-time. If you find the producer, everyone, all cast members can go back. Last time they found the producer, but if this is a one-time special feature, then that means not everyone could have gone back last time. It's the same thing of like, oh, you can accumulate enough points, someone stays. And why they picked Dazai or why Dazai volunteered, who knows? And then they erased everyone's memory of Dazai, and Haiji took on a new name and face. You know what I mean? Because I believe that he purposely put that in that custody list, because you know it wasn't there before. Nobody has ever seen it before, but now magically there was another page then. He put it in there, and it was like, oh, yeah, I didn't want you to see it. Oh, it's me. They take my name and my, like, appearance or whatever, and it's like, yeah, but again, Haiji, same name as last time. But nobody remembers Haiji either. They didn't delete 2 people because Haiji didn't exist last time. He was somebody else.
For your information, all other streams until now also had one member hidden among them that was there for surveillance. However, not a single team found out and returned safely.
Not a single team found out and returned safely. If we managed to find the producer, all of the cast members would be freed. However, he said that this would be the first time. Yes, because if you find the producer, all cast members will be freed. That's never happened before. Not that they didn't find the producer, but not that everybody went home. The producer speaks in loopholes. Did you return another way? Ibana? Another way? No, I don't know about that. We didn't save enough points either. That's why we fought over it. Fought so many times, like we're doing now. Couldn't return as is. We would only die. If the traitor... Wait, the traitor?
And this is just a guess. But if that wasn't in the rules the previous time, then there could be someone who figured out that someone was keeping an eye on them.
There could be someone who figured out someone else was keeping it. Okay. Right. Even if we weren't told of that beforehand, perceptive people could figure it out. Huh? But the director said there wasn't a single team that returned after realizing someone was watching them. There wasn't a single team. He didn't say 9 out of 10 on the team returned home. He said a single team. Single team is all of us. Okay? That's the loophole. That's the genius in the wording. If that's not the case, I'm going to be pissed because this has got some brilliant shit that they could have so fucking used. Like this. The director said there wasn't a single team. Think of us. We're 10 people, right? 9 love interests and me. There's 10 of us. We're a single team. Last time there were 10 people. 9 went back. A single team didn't go back. Because Dazai isn't the producer. If we find the producer, then our team goes back. Maybe without the producer. Because our team is basically 9 and the producer, if you think of it that way. Last time it was 9 and the producer. They found the producer, but a single team didn't go back. Not everybody on the team went back. Dazai. Oh! Shit, I'm sorry, but if they go down Dazai's the producer and like, see, a team didn't go back, but like, no, it's in the wording. The director's not lying. A single team didn't go back. Because it was a team -1. It's not all, or like, it's his wording. Oh, damn, that's fucking brilliant. He mentioned a team. Maybe it was an individual that figured out the secret and blackmailed the producer. If they weren't able to return anyway, that would mean that they did that without saving enough points. Is that true, Ibana? Poor Ibana can't remember, girl. Leave him alone. I don't know, but can't deny it.
So maybe that's why the last stream only had 9. I've always wondered about the gaps in Ibana's memory as well.
Always? You only found out about him recently.
I tried to see what was different between the previous stream and all the others before it. Everyone had returned and the producer was found.
Then the reason his memory is erased was... The reason why it was erased? To hide the existence of the producer. Oh, no. That would make... Oh, fuck. It's not I don't know. You know it has to be this. I don't know is such a cop-out. You know this is it. Yeah. Fuck. The reason it was to hide the existence of the producer. But... I still don't believe it's Dazai. I don't care. Listen. It's gonna come down to Dazai being like, yes, I'm the producer. And I'm gonna be like, I know he said it, but I still don't believe it. It's because it's so much better where you think it's Dazai and you're like hiding the existence. Oh my god, and Dazai is being blackmailed, and that's why he's here, and it has nothing to do with you know what I mean? Because then, okay, like, if Dazai's the producer, blah blah blah. What the fuck is Haiji's deal? Why is he go so goddamn shady and creepy and weird just for the fuck of it? You know what I mean? Like, him being the producer and hiding in light is so much fucking better. Like, what's his goddamn fucking deal? And, like, I mean, like, Chikasaki being a sponsor kind of felt weird. Well, anyway. Chikasaki being a sponsor kind of like, oh, he's so nice and sweet. You wouldn't have known that, but it's because he's half Arcadian, so you're like, okay. That makes sense, and I can understand that. Fuchami being like, I'm actually just kind of crazy and a fanatic, and you're like, okay, that came out of nowhere. And then Dazai's so nice and sweet, and then he's the producer, and you're like, yeah, but are you gonna have all of a sudden a personality shift like fucking Fuchami where you're like, I'm crazy, and you're like, because that's... What? Also, Nobuhiko Okamoto is fucking Haiji, and you're trying to tell me, oh, I'm doing the cute voice, and then I'm gonna have the sexy, deep voice, the Yang voice? Like, you're trying to tell me that's not sus? And that motherfucker's not evil? Come the fuck on. Fail game. So I still don't think it's Dazai. To hide the existence of the producer. I think it's because not a single team went back. True. Because Dazai stayed. And when you figure this out, you're like, Dazai's the producer. And then they're like, haha! Wrong. Because the producer was found out the last time. So, what if you're the producer, what do you learn? What do you learn from that experience? We'll keep Dazai here. The team went back. Not a single team has gone back. True. Not exactly a lie. Because one of them stayed. And they're going to go digging and digging. And then they're going to find Dazai and he looks so. They're going to blame him. And then dead ends for everybody. You learn how to cover your ass. You learn from your mistakes. Mistake happened in the last one. You really think that if Dazai was the producer, he wouldn't have learned from his fucking mistakes? And covered his ass better than, like, having his eye in a case somewhere in the thing. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. He's a really shitty producer if he is, because you left evidence everywhere, technically. So.
I didn't think you'd say that, but yes, I agree.
The exposed producer was then erased from memory in the past episodes? If Abana remembered which previous participant was a traitor, it would make things exponentially easier. It doesn't matter. Because he's going to be like, yeah, it was Tom Jones. So he's not here. Especially if he remembered them having one eye. So that's why it was hidden with producer privileges, no less. I don't believe it. But if he's the producer, why didn't he just return his eye back to normal? Yeah! Ah, you're right about that. Maybe there's a reason for it. I like how Chigasaki is supposed to be... I'm assuming Chigasaki and Futami know who the real sponsor is. So why is Chigasaki being like, but why wouldn't he just do this? Like, you'd think, because if we peg the wrong person, we all get dead ends. It's not like, if you find the producer, you can go home. But if you pick the wrong person, dead everybody. You know what I mean? So you would think Chigasaki... Well, actually, no. Chigasaki absolutely would be like, well, maybe Dazai isn't the producer because he doesn't want everyone to get dead ends, because even though he's a sponsor, I still think he's a softie. You know what I mean? Futami, on the other hand, is like, no, absolutely, it makes sense. He totally would fucking do all this shit. He's the producer. We should peg him now. Because he's a psycho, right?
Some things still don't make sense.
Thank you, fucking Iochi. Thank you.
Although we do know one thing. Dazai hasn't denied being the producer even once. He never said he didn't participate in the past, and that's why he was chased out of the lodging, right? I'm sure there were reasons for that, but right now, the most suspicious cast member is... Dazai.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's weird. You pronounced Haiji like Dazai. Weird. Freudian slip or some shit? Not a single person denied it. I'm denying it! I'm vehemently denying it back here! Why won't anyone listen to me screaming in her head? There was a traitor hidden among the cast members. And Dazai, again. Again. Listen. If Dazai's the producer, he's really shit at his job. Because I expect the producer to be a maniacal psychopath, okay? And Dazai leaving his eye in a case that everybody knows is sus, that you could easily somehow find a way into and then figure out it's his eye, leaving his name in the custody list, not giving himself his eye back. Deleting himself from memory makes absolute sense, but not doing anything to prevent yourself from being named again like the last time. So if everyone's like, Dazai's the traitor last time, right? Oh, okay, whatever, go back. Now we're here again, and I'm here as a prior participant. And you bring back two other people that were here, your eyes in a locked box that you have to know Kyobu would be able to find a way to hack at some point. Okay, you leave your name on the custody list. You don't cover your trail at all? You don't think that's... You're an idiot. That's stupid. That's almost like monologuing your whole plan to us. Like, what kind of supervillain are you? But Haiji being the producer, pretending to be 12, showing us like, oh god, yeah, I was here once before, but I'm always trapped here, and I don't understand why. I feel like there's some truth in that. There's some lies. The mix of truth and lies. I do think you've been here because the producer would be here. And I do think every single time your name and looks are different because that's the best way for no one to remember who might have been in a prior stream and figured out who you were to ever peg you again because you're technically a new person to them. You know what I mean? So I think there's some truth in that. And then everyone's like, oh, hi, geez, oh, it is, oh, whatever. You knew the passcode to get into the thing. Okay. I feel like that's probably manipulation because then everyone's going to be like, huh, well, anyway, you know, you've got me, oh, hi, G, just must have accidentally tripped over it. Kyobo should have been sus about it. But you had to know that then, okay, Gyobu's poking into stuff, sure, let's throw him a bone. And then, you know what? He knows if you're watching or you're watching the feed or whatever, you know, as the producer, that Gyobu knows about that locked box. So you're like, well, yeah, I'm going to let Gyobu shut down the thing because then he's going to go look at that box. And you know what? It's going to make Dazai look sus. And everyone's going to remember. Well, not remember. Everyone's going to be like, wait, if Dazai was here and we forgot him, then he must be the producer. And then they'll name him, and guess what? Everybody dies and I win. And that's what you want. Not, oh, I just leave a trail of breadcrumbs to my damn house. You know what I mean? Come on. Anyway, there was a traitor hidden among the cast members. Traitor was the host of the Otherworld stream and the producer, and Haiji. We'd all be able to return to our world if we could find and point out the producer. That was what the director had declared. However, we'd only get one chance to accuse them, and getting it wrong and accusing the wrong person would instantly disqualify all cast members. Exactly! That would mean dead end for everyone. I told you! That's why we'd have to be careful when making our accusations. We'd have to bring definitive proof so that the accusation would be a sure thing. That was why we decided not to accuse Dazai of being the producer this time around. Yep, because it's wrong. However, we couldn't delay the conclusion forever. There were many dramas waiting for us ahead. Before this, it was like walking across a minefield, but the dramas were now a viable ticking time bomb. If we let the dramas we couldn't act in explode, someone would suffer a punishment game. A part of their body would be taken away, and more punishment games would await. I started reading it and then I realized we were over time, so I was like, oh, it's a black screen, so it'll only be a minute. But no, we keep going. Eventually, they'd become unavoidable, and that will lead to a dead end. It'd be better for us to find the traitor before any of that happened. We'll name Haiji. We had to accuse the producer. Oh, don't do it. I feel like the bad ending is going to be accusing Dazai. And the good ending is believing in him. Actually, that'd be brilliant. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.